Who did you see in the mirror today? I pray that it's someone with self control. The title on the answer in this chapter 4, answer 3, is to realize that gluttony does not honor God. Oh, gluttony. Oh, I don't think anybody likes that word. What do you think? Because maybe some of us have the sin of gluttony, but we don't want to talk about it. Diane, look, I don't do this, I don't do this, I don't do this. We start listing sins and we think, that's okay, I don't do any of those things. Let me have gluttony. Y'all, it's a sin. And are we willing to even admit that there are times that we are a glutton? What is it anyway? Gluttony is overindulgence, guilty. It refers to greed, excessive indulgence in anything. It's not just food, it's anything. And in God's eyes, gluttony is a sin. Now, I have a question. Did you know that gluttony was one of the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah? Go to Ezekiel chapter 16 and look at verse 49. I'm going to read it. I'm going to actually read 49 and 50. And this is from the New Living Translation because it uses the word gluttony. The English Standard says overindulgence of food. I think gluttony is a better word. Sodom's sins were pride, gluttony, and laziness, while the poor and needy suffered outside her door. She was proud and committed detestable sins. So I wiped her out, as you have seen. Most people, when they talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, it's all about the sin of homosexuality. Y'all, there was the sin of gluttony, pride, and laziness also. Isn't that interesting that that's not what's usually preached? The focus is homosexuality. Let's be serious about this thought of gluttony. 1 Corinthians 10:31 tells us whatever we do, whether you eat, whether you drink, anything, do it all to glorify God. And I can assure you that when I overindulge in eating, I'm being gluttonous and I am not honoring God at all. I often joke that potlucks, church potlucks, that's a plan of the devil. He loves to see us get gluttonous at those church potlucks. But you know what? You can overindulge in exercise, in shopping, anything. Our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit. We are to be an example. And if you'll go to 2 Peter chapter 1, verses 5 through 10, you're going to read the Christian virtues. And it's a process. And I invite you to read that. You supplement your faith with virtue, virtue with knowledge, knowledge with self-control. And then there are others. It's a process. Read that. Read 2 Peter 1, 5 through 10. Self-control doesn't just happen. And then on page 66 in my book, there's a whole list of scriptures. And you can see a progressive list, okay? So take a look at that also. So, to do this, we've got to have God's help. If you have overindulgence in your eating, gluttony, or in any other type of addictive behavior, you've got to have God's help to get through it. Read and study the scriptures that go with this. Nurture that segment of the fruit of the Spirit called self-control. You see, we can control. It's a choice. It's looking in and saying, am I willing to not be gluttonous? Am I willing to not overindulge? Am I willing to eat to live instead of live to eat. Remember, gluttony is excess, it's greedy, and it's a work of the devil. Focus on eating to live. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.